I'm going to send my son and he's going to kill you. Okay, don't worry about a policeman leaning on your neck. That's the last of your worries. You've got a big black guy coming back. And if you don't adhere to him, he's going to kill you right in front of everybody. That's what he says in Luke 19:27. We'll get that in a minute. Read that. What did he say? That? Go to the idol.
Psalm 96 verse 5, for all the gods of the nations are idols.
For all the gods of these other nations, Shiva, Allah, all these other... Read that again.
Psalms chapter 96 verse 5, for the gods of the nations are idols.
They're idols. That means that they're inanimate objects. They can't do nothing for you. Okay? But the living power is the Allah Hayyam, yeah? The God of the Israelites. Okay? So where are we up to? Read some more than curses. Alright, write it on. Go back to that.
I'm looking for ideas.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether Yahweh shall lead thee.
So we become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword. What does that mean? Who's called a monkey? A baboon? A coon? A nigger? That's what he's talking about. You become a proverb, a bow and arrow, a sambo, a monkey, wetback. This is what we're called, a proverb and a byword among all nations. And they look down on you, yeah? They hate you because God said he's going to make them hate you. You're only going to get love from the one you call God and Christ. They're the ones that love you. Because even our people don't love each other. Who do you think's black on black crime, they call it? Who's killing each other? But that goes back to the curses, once again. We're under divine curses. Okay? And that only befell the Israelites, the so-called blacks and Hispanics. So that's why we're lining up the Bible with Jews. All this only happens to you. You say, why always happens to us? Because you broke the law, statutes and commandments. Until you come back to them, then it ain't going to happen to you. But our people are hard-headed, they're not going to hear, so it's going to keep happening to you. You're going to get another policeman leaning on your neck in broad daylight, choking the shit out of you, and you deserve it. Because the Lord said to keep his commandments, and I will fight for you. Okay? That's all we got to do. We don't have to do anything else. He said, come back, keep my commandments, and I will fight for you. Why won't you come back? Because you're hard-headed, you're ignorant, because you're not ignorant, you're ignorant and you're damn stupid. Okay? We've got men telling you the Bible is your constitution, but you don't want to hear it. So, death unto you. That's what it says, death coming. Yeah? And I'm going to keep saying that. There's only one way out. Back to the Lord or death.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 43, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
And what happened? The strangers are these other nations. They're above us. They get all the businesses in our communities. Yeah? They got all the shops. They sell, especially they focus on the woman. Yeah? They got their wig shops and whatnot. The beauty shops, but they focus on the Negro woman. Because she's the one who actually keeps this economy going. Yeah? Because she's into vanity, you see. She wants to look like slave mistress with blonde hair, you know, and all that madness. She wants that. But the Lord said the daughters of Zion, the so-called black, Hispanic and native Indian women, are the most beautiful women on this planet. They don't need to do all that blonde weave and all that madness. Blonde hair, by the way, in the Bible is leprosy. It's a disease. So why would you want to put blonde hair on your head? I don't understand that. We can read that in the Bible in Leviticus 13 and 30. It tells you that if you've got a yellow hair in your head, you're supposed to get away from the congregation for 7 days until you become clean again. Miriam, she became leprous. So read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 43, the stranger that is within thee shall get up very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
Right, so what Negro's got a bank? Is anyone Negro here got a bank? I can lend some money from them? No, because the Bible says you're going to lend from them, and you ain't going to lend. They ain't going to lend from you, because you got nothing. You understand? You're at the bottom. of society, yeah? You might have your little Louis Vuitton or your little Versace, or you think you're shining, yeah, your little Gucci bag, your little Fendi or whatever, but you're not really shining. When you're going to shine, when the one you call Jesus Christ comes back, because he's coming back to give you everything, the whole planet, the universe, by the way. You see how they rule this world? You're going to get the universe. How about that? Like Star Trek says, go where no man has gone before. Read on.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Who's going to be the head?
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Right, we're the tail. In other words, they're going to be above you, and you're going to be at the bottom. This is what the Bible is saying. And why? Because you won't listen to the Most High, the one you call God. His real name is Yahweh. You won't listen to him. So you don't listen to him. So when the lights go out and there's no food in these shops, because they're going to close down, okay? They ain't going to stay open for too long. They're giving you false hope, okay? In other words, the Lord said he's doing it. He's shutting it down, this society, because it's totally wicked. If you don't adhere to these laws in this Bible, you can't run a government and you can't run a society, okay? Because this society ain't even got money. The gold and silver has been taken by the Rothschilds. They're giving you paper. Well, right now it's plastic. And anything plastic is not real. That's what we say. That guy's plastic, man. He's got a plastic attitude. That means he ain't real. And that's what your money is now. It's never been real. So when they left the gold standard, before you could go to the bank and say, can I have 20 quid's worth of gold? Try that today. They'll look at you like you're mad. Read on.
Verse 45, moreover all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
And we are destroyed. These curses only pursue the certain people. That's what we're reading. And look at our people destroyed, man. Jake, he's walking around with his pants hanging, his pants showing. We're a royal and regal people, man. We're not supposed to conduct ourselves like that. Our women are as loud as hell. Everybody sees them coming. They've got no what's that word? Integrity, no decorum. Okay, we've got a woman shouting out, holding the Bible in the air, but she ain't reading it. Okay, the Bible says to suffer not a woman to teach, because you know why? You'll have confusion like that. Just shouting at people, not saying anything. Okay. The Lord shall smite you with madness. Right? 28 and 28. Our people are being smited with madness. This is the direct correlation with slavery. Yeah? Our people march up and down like they're mad. Yeah? So this is the curses. Alright? Now read.
Because thou hearkest not unto the voice of Jehovah thy God.
And this is what happens when you don't listen to God, you see. You end up with spirits on you, demons. Like Legion of demons. She's probably got about 73, 77 demons on her. And the inside of her are bowing in her vessel. Because she's probably eating pork and swine and sea fish, crabs and all that madness. This puts spirits on you. So read on.
To keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So these curses shall be upon you for a sign and a wonder. So you say, wait a minute. Us being at the bottom, us getting killed, policemen leaning on our neck is a sign and a wonder. Yeah? And wonder why this is happening. That's what you say. Because if you broke the law, statutes and commandments, you were given them. When you read it, watch the films and listen to the stories of Moses coming down with the tablets to give to the children of Israel. That's your ancestors, blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians. So let's hold that and let's see what Moses looked like. Get me Exodus 4 and 6. Let's see what happened to Moses, because I watched Cecil B. DeMille film the other day. Charlton Heston played Moses, a so-called Caucasian man. Let's see what Moses looked like according to the Bible, because all these great people in this Bible, he's always betrayed by the so-called Caucasians. Okay? So let's see if Moses looks like a Caucasian in the Bible. And let's see if Moses' sister, Miriam, looked like a Caucasian. Okay? Because that's what we've been told. They're the great people. So let's see. 4 and 6. one? Yeah, that's all right. Right. Read up a bit more. What is it? What does it say? No, read, start from there. Let's see what happened to Moses and see if this is a white guy, as they say, or a black guy. Let's do some, what do they call that? The process of elimination. Let's have a look.
Exodus chapter 4 verse 5. And the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob have appeared unto thee. Yahweh said unto him, put forth now thine hand.
Read it verbatim.
And the Lord said more unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom.
Right, so the Lord come back to Moses, because this is, I'm going to give you the gist of the story. Yeah? Moses said to the Most High, look, what am I going to do? You told me to go and get my people out of Egypt. How am I going to go there? And they're going to laugh at me, because you know all the blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians, they're hard-headed. Yeah? So the Lord said to him, you know what, Moses? Have some faith. You know what? Put your hand into it. Go, let's read what he said.
Verse 6. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom.
So the Lord told Moses, put your hand in your bosom. In other words, put it into your top. Yeah? That's what the Lord told Moses. And see what happens. Because Moses didn't have faith at that time, man. He said, look, I don't know what you're telling me to do. You're telling me to commit suicide. Because our people kill each other. I'm going to go down there and they're going to skin me alive. So the Lord said, just put your hand in your bosom. So Moses put his hand in his bosom. What happened?
And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
So when Moses put his hand into his bosom, when he took it out, it was leprous as snow. So what did it look like prior to him putting it into his bosom? To make it leprous as snow. Let's do some calculations here. To be a miracle, the Lord is showing him a miracle, so he's saying, right, put your hand in your bosom, and when he took it out, it was like snow. Can anybody tell me what colour snow is? Is there anybody who can tell what colour snow is? Probably as white as that guy's t-shirt over there, yeah? So Moses took his hand out and it was white as snow, it says. Okay? So obviously, when he put it in, it was black, a so-called dark colour. So let's read on.
And he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand back into his bosom.
Right, so he's told him, right, now you say, because when Moses looked at him, he said, man, where's my melanin gone? So the Lord said, just put it back in here, quick, put it back in. So when he put his hand back into his bosom,
and he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
So it was turned again as his other flesh. Okay, so Moses was a so-called Negro. Let's see what his sister looked like. Get me Numbers, the 12th chapter. Start from the first verse. Okay? I think that's about the right verse I'm looking for, the right number of the verse. Because something happened to Miriam as well. Okay? To show us how we've been lied to about these people in the Bible. These significant people. Because the Bible is the most well-known book all around the world in all different languages. The best-selling book ever. I wonder why. Because it tells you about what's going to happen in the future and what happened in the past. The future don't look bright, I'm telling you that now. The future don't look bright. We're going to read that in 2nd Ezra 16 and the 15 and 16 chapters. That's the future of this place. Shalom, shalom. That's how you say it in Hebrew. Shalom. Yeah? Shalom. Alright, read that.
Numbers chapter 12 verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married.
Right, so Moses married an Ethiopian woman. Yeah? Ethiopians today are the Cushites. Today, I'm going to tell you, I just got off the train not too long ago. And before I got on the train, I spoke to a Cushite. He said he was from Ethiopia. Okay? And I said to him, you're Cushite, innit? He said, yeah, we go back to Cush. So how comes he knows who he goes back to and we don't? All of a sudden, our national origin changes every other year. You're black, you're West Indian, you're a Negro, you're coloured. But he knew he went back to the Babylonians. So who do we go back to? We are the Hebrew Israelites. We go back to Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, the greatest people on this earth. But right now we're in a low state. But we're going to rise to the top. The cream always rises to the top. And we're rising now. Kwam Yasharala.
who had married an Ethiopian woman, and they said, have Yahweh indeed spoken only by Moses?
Right, so Moses had a brother and a sister. One called Aaron is his brother, and Miriam was his sister. Right, so they because Moses was getting all the glory, right, they decided to get a bit jealous. You know when someone's shining. Get me Ecclesiastes 8 and 1. Yeah? Get that quickly and hold that point there. Don't forget that point. Because they said that, oh, they come against Moses, because Moses was shining. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when a man... Am I shining? Am I shining? Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 1. Who is as the wise man? Who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine.
Am I shining? Am I shining? Yeah, now got that.
Numbers chapter 12.
And it tells you when Moses come down from the mountains after speaking with the one you call God, whose name is Yahweh, he had to put a veil on because he was shining. His face was too bright. The wisdom what he attained, he couldn't show that to the normal human, so-called human beings. They would have dropped dead. That's how he was shining. Now read on.
And they said, have the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Have he not spoken also by us? And the Most High heard it.
Right, because there's order. Especially Miriam. Miriam is a woman, she's supposed to know her place. According to the Bible, she's not supposed to go above the man. Who was created first? The man. And he said, I'm going to make you a helpmate. Do you know what? Anyone know what woman means? Woman means, look it up in the dictionary, it means female servant. Okay? She's supposed to serve the man. But in this society, they've turned everything upside down. They're telling them, oh, it's okay, you're all on the same level. That's confusion. That's why this place is called Babylon the Great. Babylon comes from a Hebrew word, babal, what means confusion. And there's nothing but confusion. You've got men want to be women, women want to be men, kids want to be, I don't know. They've taken away so-called agendas now. They can call themselves whatever they want. That's confusion. And that's why this society is falling apart. Because you're not going by the laws, statutes and commandments of God. And we don't care if you don't believe. Tell me Romans 3 and 3, quickly. Because we don't care. You can say, oh, well, you're out here chatting shit. We don't give a shit about what's happening. But when the lights go out, you're going to give a shit. Because it's going to go out. When you go to your bank and there's no money in it, you can't take no money out. You can't take no currency because it's not money. Then you're going to go crazy. But until then, you're just going to waddle along in your madness. Read.
Romans chapter 3 verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Because you don't believe what this Bible's saying, the things in the Bible ain't going to happen. They're going to happen. We went into slavery, right? And it's recorded in the Bible. So that happened. So what else is going to happen? Now jump back to where you were.
Numbers chapter 12 verse 3. Now the man Moses was very meek, above all the men which are upon the face of the earth.
So that's what you want to be, man, in these times. Meek. You don't want to be elevating yourself. You want to be meek. Stay in the boundaries of this Bible. That's like meekness. Keeping the law, statutes and commandments. Like if you see a woman, she's got a man, don't bother trying to get hold of her, even if she's got a fat batty or whatever. That is called adultery. And you're going to get put to death for that when you call Jesus Christ comes. You don't have to worry about that. All you men, yeah, it's going to come a day, it tells you in the Bible, that 7 women are going to take hold of 1 man. When these lights go out, they're going to need a man. But is it going to be you? If you're not a man of the Lord, it's not going to happen. And you black women, you'll get it straight. Because your shit is coming to an end as well. You're going to fall with this system. Because you're playing your role, yeah? Being a demon to the so-called Negro man. But it's okay. And let me Micah 7 and 10. Let's see what the Lord said about you so-called Negro women. If you don't get your act together. Because we're moving rapidly towards this now. You've been elevated above your jurisdiction by the Caucasian man, yeah? He's gave you this false security that you're going to be forever on top of the so-called Negro man. It's not going to happen. We are the kings and the princes of this place, man. According to, we'll get that in a minute. We'll read that in a minute. Yeah, read that again. Micah 7 and 10.
Micah chapter 7 verse 10. then she that is mine enemy shall see it.
So the Bible is saying somebody's our enemy. The Bible is saying the Negro woman right now is the enemy to the so-called Negro man, the Hispanic woman to the Hispanic man, the Native American woman to the Native American man. They're the enemy. Because it goes back to Willie Lynch. They've been Willie Lynch. Read those letters. It tells you how they would set the so-called, they'll make the so-called black man leave the house, then they'll make the so-called Negro woman raise the children. And she would raise them opposite. The male child, she would raise effeminate, to be weak. And the Negro woman, he would raise to be masculine. Yeah? To be independent. We know we've got Beyonce singing those songs to you. Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? Yeah? These are all signs that this Bible... Yeah? Right, so let's read on.
And she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which saith unto me, where is the Most High thy God?
Right, because she said, where is this God? Huh? Where have you got a job to support us? If this system is set up against the Negro, Hispanic and Native man, it's set up against us. Okay? But the only way you're going to elevate yourself is when you come back to these laws. Yeah? You see I'm shining out here because I come back to these laws. We're shining. We're like that light, we're like that beacon, yeah? But a lot of you people, because you've got 70,000 demons on you, you ain't going to adhere to the Bible, okay? So, where were we? Is that all done? Read on.
Which saith unto me, where is Yahweh thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
Right, so we're moving to that time now. You Negro woman, like I said, if you don't get in line, you're going to be trodden down as a mire. Okay? Lights are going out soon. Yeah? And what are you going to do then? You're independent arts. You're going to learn karate like you're in Matrix or something. You're going to tap into the computer and download some karate or something. It's not going to happen. You're going to have 70 Negroes. If you've got a fat back, baby got back, you're going to have Negroes banging on your door, coming to claim, okay? And if you ain't got a man of the Lord, you're in trouble. Because he told the Lord said, when he comes, he's going to give us spiritual power, man. You understand? You see that Esau, the so-called Caucasian, he's got spiritual power. Look what he's got. He's got a telephone. Yeah, you can talk to someone halfway across the world. That's spiritual power, man. Yeah? He can lift rockets up into the sky. That's his spiritual power. But where did he get it from? The left-hand side, from Satan. Okay? Elon Musk. Look him up. Elon Musk. He wants to merge humans with computers. AI, artificial intelligence. They got all that now. And they don't need you people. They got robots what can do your jobs. Okay? That's why the Agenda 21 is to get rid of, what is it? 6.5 billion people. And George Guidestone says maintain humanity at 500 million. So that's why they're sending out